I'm Marie Tompkinson. I'm a Barrastock brand ambassador.
So we've got some questions from our Barrastock Facebook fans. And Nikki Fontana has asked, what support do you have in place and how do you motivate yourself in the tough times?
Okay, so support, I guess, can cover a huge range of things. The most important thing, of course, is to keep your horse healthy and yourself, I guess, but mostly the horse. So I have a super farrier in Jeff Pagden that comes over from the Mornington Peninsula. We get the horses shot every 5 weeks, and I really researched him. We're looking at all the horses' feet that he shod, and we had discussions with our vet, and he's a fantastic farrier. Great vet, Maxine Brain, who's been my vet for 20 years. Same thing. We communicate a lot about what's possible and innovative moving forward to keep our horses in the best possible way. You have to have a great facility. I always have this little motto in my head when we bought Diamantina home from Europe, that if you can't afford to take care of $1 million horse, you shouldn't have one. So you can't say, I've got this great horse that's winning everything, but I can't afford a good surface, or I can't afford a good farrier, vet, whatever. So you then don't have one, because with great horses, they're very hard to manage and to keep them healthy, and so you've just got to...
Because you built this place pretty much from scratch, didn't you?
Yeah, we did, but I was at Hidden Valley at the time,
yeah.
And when we bought Diamantina some 12 or 13 years ago now, and she came back from the World Championships having come 6th in the world, and it was not good enough to say, we are riding on a bad surface, and I don't have any staff on site and whatever, it's a you think at the time, I was probably wrong, but you think at the time it's a once in a lifetime horse, and you just have to make changes. They don't fit into your life, you have to fit into theirs.
Yeah.
You have to change the way you live.
Because they're athletes.
If that's the path that you want to go on.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then I have a great team of... so you have to put these structures around you, like we have Barrastock Feed and the really important health and safety issues for the horses, farriers, vet, feed. They're really, really important things. And then you have, of course, the people around you that are your support crew, the owners of the horses, and your staff. I mean, you must have really good staff, and they are such a huge part of the team.
Yeah.
The owners of the horses that that not only help pay for things, but they're the people that you go and celebrate with. I remember a long time ago, a very successful horse person once said to me, you have to have a good team around you, because you need someone to celebrate with as well as to commiserate with.
Yeah.
You think you need people around you when things aren't going well, but when you do well, it's not fun to sit there with your glass of champagne and say, well, good on me.
Yeah.
That's no good either. You have to have your staff and your clients and your owners, they become your friends, and you're all pushing in the same direction.
So you'll almost motivate each other.
Yeah, I think having young people around me really motivates me. The people I teach and train, their enthusiasm. I think at heart I'm a teacher, and I really feed off that. I don't have any children, so being able to pass that knowledge on, I think, is really important.
So Lauren Cox asks, what is your favourite movement to ride and why?
That's a hard one. I think the flying changes, I think, are what I'm best at. I'd say if I had a strength, I would say that was that. I think I could teach a cow to do changes. So
that would be great to see.
I think that's really a strength. But I don't know that it's my favourite movement. I really like riding passage. It has a really nice feeling, and a good half pass the same, when they just go straight across. So they're the movements. But I think the thing that it's not really a movement, but what I really take great satisfaction in, that I find really rewarding, is when you develop, and it's the hardest thing to do, a perfect connection with your horse. That your horse is really connected from the hind leg up through the back, over the wither, and into the bridle. That perfect connection is much harder to find than a flying change or a passage or anything like that. And when you find that, it makes everything else so much better.
So it's pretty much the basis to all the movements.
It is, and you know, that when people say, oh, you've got to work on the basics aren't walk, trot and canter. The connection, the throughness, the engagement of the hind leg, they're the basics. And they said like that, the connection, the throughness, the engagement of the hind leg. Yeah, but how?
Yeah.
And what should it feel like? And when am I there? And how do I know it? And a real trainer, a true trainer, can teach you that, can help you find that. So yeah, the changes for sure are my strength. I like the feeling of passage. That's a very nice feeling. That really high collection, and but the connection, that the throughness and the connection from the hind leg is really a skill. That is a skill.
Yeah. And so Sarah Broughton asks, how do you keep it interesting for your horses when training, and do you ride them out of the arena very often?
Yeah, so we were at Hidden Valley for like 20 years, and it was very hard to ride outside much there. We had a outdoor arena and a little bit of a riding trail, but it was hard to ride outside because we're in the middle of a golf course and there was a lot of traffic and whatever. So when I moved here, I built the property with the boundary fence, with the paddock fences in from the boundary fence. So I have a riding track all the way around, and around the 25 acres. And the indoor arena we built, as you can see, with the sides open, which is not ideal, especially in winter when the rain's coming in sideways. But I think it's definitely better for the horses. I didn't. It's expensive to build arenas, and my plan was to invest all my funds into one super fantastic arena with mirrors and a great surface and what have you. But I've left it half open, half indoor, half outdoor, and so I think that helps a lot. Riding indoors with four walls is not always ideal, I think, for the horse's mental health.
Because you've got like a lot of trees and that, so that would make it interesting, like they'd rustle.
Yeah, I think look, there's two schools of thought. I think it's really good for the horses to learn to focus, and when there's nothing else to distract them, then they just learn to focus on their job, and I think that is really important. And also for the rider, that you are not looking around at what's going on. But then we compete mostly outside, so I think that when the horses are too used to going inside and not outside, that's not good either. So I think I hope I've got the best of both worlds here.
Yeah.
So how do I keep it interesting? So most days they get ridden in the arena and then they go outside on the riding track. They live in the paddock, they go outside every day. So it's not like they're just stuck in a stable the whole time. And I change their training each day. So I don't do the same thing every day. Monday is normally a canter day, Tuesday is a trot day, Wednesday is a wellness day where they can have a light lunge and go on their equissage and ice boots and whatever, just a low impact day. And then Friday is a canter day, Thursday is a canter day, Friday is a trot day, and Saturday is a work on some movements day or ride to freestyle test or whatever. So we just change it a little bit every day. I certainly don't get on and just do the same thing every day, especially with the Grand Prix horses or the FEI horses, because the test never changes and they can get very bored doing the same thing and in the same order. So I think it's really important.
Do they learn the tests?
They do, for sure. Yeah, they for sure learn the test. Yeah. And
so just finally, what is your favourite Barstock feed?
Fergus is putting on his best face. Sorry?
Favourite Barstock feed?
Well, of course, it's Cool Command.
Yep.
Because it's got Diamantina on the back. So, I think Cool Command for sure is my favourite feed. We feed Calm Performer as well.
Yep.
For the young horses or anything that I think is a little bit hot or that needs to put on weight. I think that's the best thing for putting on weight and for horses that have a little bit too much energy. Cool Command, nearly all the horses get Cool Command, and we supplement that with the pellets. Or the other feed I really like, and it's an old feed, is the Thorough.
Oh, really?
I love Thorough. Yeah, I think Thorough is a really good feed, especially for horses that are not that are difficult to feed, they love it. They love the Tharate.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm sure everyone will love listening to your answers. Thank you.